Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in which today I'll be seeing the scenario in which Germany forms an empire. So this is Germany right here. Now I think the first countries it would invade would be the Benelux nations because they're relatively weak, and I just want to say, one, completely unrealistic. There would be intervention from other nations, but that's not going to happen in this scenario because I want it to not be super predictable. And two, this is inspired by Adizzpro but not copied. Well, let's see how this war would go. So this war would begin by the Germans pushing into northern Netherlands and capturing most of the north, and then just like making the front longer, getting Luxembourg to capitulate, and then just squeezing and squeezing deeper and deeper like they did in World War II. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So this is what the peace treaty would look like. Germany would annex all of Luxembourg, a small part of Belgium, and most of northern Netherlands. So now I think the next war that would occur would be between Germany over here and Poland. So Poland is a quite strong country, but first of all, it's very buffed. Germany's very buffed because it's the one forming an empire, so it'll have an easier time destroying countries than it would have in real life. And second of all, Germany's economy is extremely strong, and because it doesn't have to limit its army again due to NATO policies signed previously this year, if I'm not mistaken, they can make a huge army using their economy. So the invasion of Poland should be quite easy for them. Well, let's see how this war would go. So this war would begin with the Germans pushing a bit past their borders and pushing deep into Pomerania because they want to secure that border, and then attempting to take Silesia. So they want Silesia and Pomerania because those are the two regions which they had for most of their existence. Most of Germany's existence is like a state, or Prussia, or like whatever you want to call it. So for that reason, the Germans take these cities and do basically a Kursk 2.0, only that this time they don't give the enemy time to prepare. So they encircle like this, and they connect their armies, encircle Warsaw. I think this is where Warsaw is, and Warsaw falls and Poland surrenders. So let's take a look at the peace treaty. So this is what the peace treaty would look like. The Germans would annex Silesia and Pomerania. I tried to do the best borders, but they're probably trash. And I think the next war that would happen would be between the Czech Republic, Austria, and Germany. Also, the Benelux, Nelux at this point, because the Benny, because Lux is kind of gone. And this time Germany has goals of annexing the Benelux because it's mad at the fact that they dare declare war on it again. And its goal is to get all Germanic parts of the country, like Czech Republic and Austria. So let's take a look at how this war would unfold. The Germans would start off by pushing into the Netherlands and Belgium because they weren't really ready, but then again they had garrisons which were definitely strong enough to take them down. However, the Czech Republic, the Czechians, I don't know how to say their name, occupy Silesia. I know these are just mountains, so I'm just gonna speed it up. But the Germans push down from Bavaria and occupy all of Austria, and then squash the Czech Republic from like both sides managed to recover the Sudetenland back from the Czech Republic and get the Czech Republic to surrender. So let's take a look at the peace treaty. So this is what the German Empire would look like now. It would annex like this part of Austria. I think it's called like Tyrol. I'm not sure. And they'd annex. They'd like chip off edges of the Czech Republic, and they'd annex the rest of the Benelux. Now the rest of the world's kind of worried about what Germany is doing. So France and Britain declare war on Germany. So let's take a look at how this war would unfold. So this war would start off with the Germans advancing in the north, as this part of France is relatively undefended, and the French advancing in the Alsace-Lorraine region. However, the Germans quickly encircle their advances. Wait, let me turn anti-aliasing off. The Germans quickly encircle their positions and they crumble away. So Alsace-Lorraine and what got occupied by the French is now German again. So the Germans then just push through, and the British make desperate attempts to stop the German advance, but the German military is just too strong at this point in German times. So yeah, and I just want to tell you, this is World War I Germany, not World War II Germany, okay? So no one worry, this is World War I Germany. Yes, and after all of this, the Germans launch a spearhead assault towards Paris. And yeah, they capture Paris. So France surrenders. France has fallen. And the British, they poking at the Germans a bit, but neither of them could invade each other, so they just signed peace. They just signed peace. The British and French signed peace. So boom. Now let's take a look at the peace treaty. So this is what the peace treaty looked like. The Germans would take Alsace-Lorraine and a very large part of the north. So let's just say Germany's huge now. So now that Germany is this big, it decides to declare war on and cause a two-front war. So a two-front war unfolds. Denmark in the north and Italy in the south. So let's take a look at how this war would unfold. So the Germans start off by immediately taking Denmark. So it takes down Denmark in a week. Not its record time, as in World War II they did 6 hours, but definitely a fast time. However, down here it's much slower, as there are the Alps slowing them down, and there's fierce Italian resistance. However, the German military is very strong, so Switzerland falls within a quite short span of time, and Italy is just constantly and slowly. Just keep in mind, this is taking everything that's happened in this video has taken course over like 20 years. This is not slow at all, and they just advance down and down. They land in Sardinia, capture it. They land in Sicily, start another two-front war with the Italians, push up north, reach Naples, conquer it, and then just encircle Rome. And after a couple more, like 5 months of fighting, Rome falls to the Germans. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So this is what the peace treaty looked like. Sorry for my voice. This is what the peace treaty looked like. the Germans would annex southern Denmark, and they'd annex Switzerland and a part of northern Italy. Now, you can see that this Germany is huge, and this is very unrealistic, as I've said. But now it is time for one last war of the video, which is gonna be with every single country which they've been to war with so far. So every single country: Denmark, France, Italy, UK. It's gonna be a very troubling war for the Germans, as they are surrounded on all fronts. But let's see how this war would go. So this war would obviously be very troubling for the Germans, but spoiler alert, they're gonna win because they're Germans. So the Italians and French make joint offensives and recover like this Swiss land parts down south over here. And yeah, Austria recovers most of what once was, and so does the Czech Republic. However, that's where most of the victories stop. Germany annexes, occupies all of Denmark in 5 hours, record time. They cut through Poland like a knife. Like their army is a knife. They encircled Warsaw in way less time than they did before, and similar results. So Warsaw out the war, or not Warsaw, Poland. Now the Czech Republic, using the troops, the Germans occupy all of the Czech Republic using the troops from Poland, and they also start pushing into what the French and Italians have occupied. They push down through the Czech Republic into Austria. Austria falls, and they start pushing into like Venice, the Venice region of Italy, the Veneto region. And yeah, it falls very quickly. They finally recover their old borders. They push into France like that. They move down from Calais and Dunkirk and secure Normandy. They move around, get into Italy. They even land in Britain, something they couldn't do in the First War, but it's a very small landing. And they just continue pushing down the coast until they reach Genoa. With the Genoan access, they can take Corsica and Sardinia. Then they can land in Naples, conquering Naples and encircling Rome. Then just continue pushing down from their northern counterparts, reach this, cut it out, take Sicily, and let's just say that the war has heavily shifted in the Germans' favor. Rome falls, Italy falls, and the Germans are now only focused on Britain and France. They're the two strongest countries of the coalition, but they're not strong enough to counter this huge, massive, powerful Germany. So yeah, the Germans do like a massive version of Kursk, don't fail, encircle like this area of France, and France just surrenders. There's nothing more it can do, and the Germans take London, and Britain surrenders too. So let's take a look at this final peace treaty. So this is what the final peace treaty looked like, and this is what Germany would look like after all of its wars. It'll have a small strip of land in Britain to make sure that they can keep Britain in check. And other than that, it'll just be a massive, massive blob in the middle of Europe. So I know this one was very, very unrealistic, more unrealistic than any of the other ones. But anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video, and see you soon. I'm hoping to try and make some alternate history videos. If you think that'll sound interesting, tell me in the comments below. So like, what if Rome did something? What if? So, thank you for watching this video and have a good day. See you.